Hey guys, forgive the fact that I look kind of crap today, but oh well, at least my face is all clear for once. It's quite the shade, isn't it, from this really red, tomato-like look. So yes, forgive me for my straight hair as well, it's all straight and boring. But anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about the tragic, sad end of an era of body positivity and fat acceptance. Unfortunately, a bunch of people decided it would be a cool idea to mess it up. So people were probably already not convinced by the idea completely. But perhaps they thought, well, you know what, we'll give them a chance. And you never know, maybe they'll make some sense. But no, they decided not to help themselves, and they decided it would be a cool idea to just go beyond ridiculous. So now everyone lost faith with the fat acceptance and body positivity community, and we're like, nope, you're rubbish. We're going to go back to glorifying super ultra anorexic skinny. And this is not okay. Like, you don't, just because you hate one extreme doesn't mean to say you go to the other extreme. Like, so basically we went from the 90s and early 2000s of glorifying skinny, and every actress on the TV had to be super skinny to where you were seeing bones. Like, they were always showing off the bloody stick-thin arms and their bloody xylophone fucking chests with massive, fake, disgusting water balloon-esque boobs. Fake boobs. So they were like sticks with massive gazungas. They look ridiculous in my opinion, but that's what everyone was into. Well, you couldn't be on TV, you couldn't show yourself, couldn't go out in public unless you were stick thin with ribs sticking out, shoulder blades sticking out, collarbone sticking out, super stick thin arms, super stick thin legs, and concave stomachs. And fucking terrible bony chests, but water balloons stuck to them at the same time. So you had to be fat here, but like skinny here, and it's like disgusting, ridiculous, terrible. And I'm assuming someone is brainwashing these poor girls into thinking that that's okay, and that that's how you should look to be attractive. That's how they do it, isn't it? Men say, well, this is what you've got to look like to be attractive and to be accepted on my TV program or my catwalk, if they're like a model director person. And it's like, it's so disgusting. And then one day, people came to the senses at some point in the later 2000s. And suddenly body positivity and fat acceptance was introduced. But they took it to another extreme. They were like, I don't know, like everyone must have a massive piece of cake so as not to make the fat people feel bad for having a big piece of cake. You know, if they were like the only ones there having a big piece of cake and they were big and everyone's like, oh yes, of course the fat person has a big slice of cake and we're all having small slices. So they were like, everyone must have a big slice as well. It's like, no. Anyone, you can have a big slice of cake if you want, like that's okay, but you don't have to get everyone else to if they don't want to. Like, that's stupid. And like, oh yeah, let's make big massive seats or whatever, I don't know, I can't remember. Or like people kind of on buses or in small spaces and getting mad, you're fat, you're taking up loads of space and it's all your fault. Like, I don't know, I can't remember exactly what it was. I know there was a bunch of shit about body positive, not body positive, the other one, fat acceptance, being like going overboard and just ridiculous, and people wouldn't take them seriously anymore. So what was people's responses to this? Because at first they were all for it and thinking, yeah, let's show bigger models, let's show bigger actresses, let's stop shaming people for being bigger. And when I say bigger, I mean fucking normal size. I mean my size. Like, I'm a normal size. Actually, my BMI does state that I'm overweight because I'm only tiny, you know, I'm only 5'1". But as far as I'm concerned, I'm normal size, bordering on kind of chubby. Which is fine, because that's what I wanted to be. I like being fat. I like being chubby. I like the way chubby people look. I'm not part of the agenda of, oh, I must be stick thin. I've never wanted to be thin. I've always been skinny as a kid, and I hated it. I hated the fact that my ribs stuck out. I hated the fact that I had a tiny waist. I hated the fact that my legs were stick thin and my arms were stick thin and my hip bones stuck out. I hated it. I hated anything to do with being skinny, and I loved everything to do with being fat. So I have striven all my life to get to this weight I am now. Like, I wanted this, okay? And I thought everybody else just wanted to be normal size as well. But no, everyone was glorifying skinny. So I thought that people had finally come to the senses and that they were now saying it's okay to be normal size, to be chubby, to be overweight, to be obese. Because that's the what's it? That's the levels of weight. So you've got super skinny, thin, slim, normal size, slightly chubby, plump, then chubby, then overweight, then fat, then obese, and then morbidly obese, which is like 500 pounds plus, you know. So that's how it goes, they're the levels. So I thought everyone wanted to be normal size, like in the middle. So not skinny, not fat, normal size, or chubby. And then when everyone was like accepting that and saying this is how you should look and it's okay to be a bit bigger, I thought, yes, finally, everyone's going to be cool with all different shapes and sizes and showing in the media and in catalogues and in posters and in films and TV bodies of every size. I thought, yes. Of course, men were exempt from this. There was no body positivity for men. Men had to be muscular. You have to be slim. You have to have a six-pack. That's it. But women could be at any size. Like, they were accepted skinny to really fat. But men had to still... they had to still conform to a particular standard and a particular look, which I thought was disgusting. Like, you see on these posters, fatter models, and then they had started a range of Barbie dolls that were normal size. They weren't even fat, they were just like normal size, a bit chubbier instead of stick thin. But the men models, actors and dolls had to still be chiseled and they still had to be ripped. It's like, so I didn't really get that or agree with that, but I thought it's going in the right direction. One of these days they're going to be advocates for men body positivity and men's fat acceptance, which did start to happen. Everyone was going on about dad bods, and I thought, yeah, brilliant, because a dad bod is pretty much muscular with a bit of a soft gut, which I love. I love that too. I love all shapes and sizes, to be honest. Apart from apple shape, I don't like apple shape, but I kind of like hourglass to like pear shape, and that's in men as well, by the way. Or just straight up and down. I actually quite like straight up and down with a bit of like something. I don't know. Yeah, I like all different bodies. Like I say, if they're like really big on top and they're like really skinny at the bottom, I don't like that, but I like all the other shapes and sizes, so yeah. That's the only shape I don't like, in men or women. It doesn't matter what size you are, you're still going to be that. Like my mum, pretty much. Well, luckily I didn't inherit that, I still have pretty curvaceous. I'm more just like straight up and down, I guess, with a slight dip in the waist here. So I'm kind of hourglass, but not like exaggeratedly so. So I'm really grateful for that, to be honest. So skipped a generation because Grandma was gorgeous. She was really skinny in the end, actually, Grandma, but when she was healthy, she was actually, she did look really good. She was very attractive, had a great body from the pictures that I saw anyway. And yeah, so I kind of really hope I look like Grandma when I'm older. So yeah, I don't really look like Grandma right now. I look more like my dad, actually. And he's always been skinny, by the way. So, sorry. Catarrh stuck in my throat. It gets stuck to the vocal cords or wherever it gets stuck that stops me from speaking good. Anyway, so, now I've had a drink. That's out of the way. I can get back to the fact that body positivity was going in the right direction. But because they decided to screw it by going overboard and ridiculous, everyone has now decided in 2024 that we're going back to glorifying ultra skinny again. But they're not calling it what's it called again? Heroin chic. They're not calling it heroin chic anymore. Now they're calling it Ozempic chic. Ugh. So Ozempic is a drug that's supposed to help people who struggle to lose weight, who are massive, like people with diabetes, and people like me, who actually, according to somebody, I can't remember who, but I've heard this, my mum told me, that if you have asthma and you use a steroid inhaler, it can actually make you gain weight. So for anyone who struggles to lose weight because of a health condition, but they are massive, Ozempic is supposed to help you lose weight despite whatever medication you're on that's stopping you from losing weight. And now celebrities are just using it as a freaking cheat. And it's like, just lose weight normally if you need to lose weight. But the ones that want to lose weight and use this Ozempic, are they fat? No, they're not fat. They're normal size or already slim, but they want to lose even more weight with this. And they want to cheat with it so that they can look ultra emaciated. And I'm like, oh, great. So now everyone in society is going to be like, oh, all the celebrities are getting skinny again. Oh, this must mean, that's the cool thing to do. So now all the girls are going to be striving to get skinny again. So either people already with anorexia that have just recovered from it are going to get triggered again, or people that don't already have anorexia are probably going to get anorexia because they think that's the only way to look like these freaking celebrities that are now deciding to... These people just do my head in. They're supposed to be they know they are influencers. They know that young girls and boys follow them and they are not being responsible. This is what pisses me off. I mean, what really pisses me off is that I thought that people were finally coming to their senses. And no, I don't give a shit about what the normal general public do. But these frickin' celebrities, they know full well that impressionable young people are their general audience. They are watching everything that they do and copying everything that they do. They think, these celebrities have gotten really skinny. Right, this means that's in now. So I'm going to get really skinny too, because I'm not good enough.